"Stop right there!" The command echoed through Terminal C at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, slicing through the morning rush like a blade. In full Transportation Security Administration uniform, Officer Mitchell Reed stood firm as passengers funneled through security. Before him stood Sergeant First Class Daniel Pierce, a retired World War II veteran whose silver hair and steel-blue eyes spoke of battles far greater than airport delays. Draped over his carry-on bag were glinting medals: a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star, and the coveted Combat Infantryman badge, worn only by the bravest who had faced enemy fire. "I need all metal items out," Reed ordered sharply, eyeing the medals with suspicion. Pierce's voice was soft but steady as he unwrapped them with care. "These aren't trinkets, they're my service medals." France, November 1944. Reed didn't blink. "Any unauthorized items? Weapons?" The old soldier shook his head. He had just visited Arlington National Cemetery, paid respects to fallen comrades, and today, on the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Cherbourg, he wore his decorations with solemn honor. "Place them in the tray," Reed demanded, gesturing toward the conveyor belt. But chaos erupted as trays piled up, alarms buzzed, and irritated passengers muttered complaints. Reed snapped under pressure. "Move it along," he barked. And then, without pause, he scooped up Pierce's medals and tossed them into a trash bin beside the checkpoint. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Someone dropped a phone. A child cried. Daniel Pierce's hands trembled as he reached out. "Officer, those are my medals." Reed shrugged. "Unidentified metal objects are to be discarded. That's protocol." 10 minutes passed. Passengers murmured. Whispers turned into outrage. Then silence. A hush fell over Terminal C as the gravity of what had happened sank in. The chatter died. People stopped in their tracks. "You don't understand," Pierce said, his voice now louder, desperate. "I have my DD Form 214. I am a Purple Heart recipient. My name's on the wall at the local Veterans of Foreign Wars post. I earned those medals in blood." Reed folded his arms. "Policy is policy." From the crowd, an older man stepped forward. Major Robert Henderson, a former Vietnam flight nurse, his uniform neat despite age. He saluted. "Sergeant First Class Pierce, you helped carry my buddy off the field in Normandy, July 1944. I owe you my life." Murmurs grew louder. Travelers began pulling out phones. A hashtag lit up social media within minutes. Hashtag honor not trash. "I've got proof," Henderson said, pulling up a military database on his phone. "Daniel Pierce, serial number 34,562,378. Combat Infantryman badge, Bronze Star, Purple Heart." Even airport staff now whispered. A customs officer intervened. "That's not policy, sir. That's a disgrace. Those medals are property of the United States military." Someone retrieved the medals from the trash. They were cleaned gently, reverently. When Pierce held them again, he broke down. Not in shame, but in memory. His hands held more than ribbons. They held his fallen brothers, men who had not come home from Europe. Then a young Navy sailor walked forward. "Permission to salute, Sergeant." He stood at attention. Around him, one by one, passengers stood, hats came off, hands went over hearts. The public address system crackled to life. "Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Sergeant Daniel Pierce and all veterans present in Terminal C today." The crowd rose in silence. Applause erupted, not chaotic, but rhythmic, powerful, united. Mitchell Reed stood frozen, eyes downcast. Pierce turned to him. "You see these?" He held out the Purple Heart. "This isn't about metal. This is about memory." Reed's voice cracked. I am sorry, Sergeant. I followed the rules. I didn't see the man behind the medals." Pierce offered a small nod. "Then learn. Respect service, even when it's quiet." Reed took the medal in his palm, his grip tight, respectful. "Yes, sir." The terminal stood still. Then applause once more, deeper this time. Not for a mistake corrected, but for a lesson remembered. Years earlier, Daniel Pierce had been just a Kansas farm boy, drafted in 1943. He kissed his mother goodbye and shipped off to Europe. He fought at Bastogne, crossed the Rhine, and saw his best friend fall in the sands of Omaha Beach. Every medal he carried was a story of sacrifice, Every ribbon, a name spoken in silence. Today, that silence broke into honor. As Pierce boarded his flight to San Antonio for Veterans Day, children waved flags, soldiers saluted, travelers paused in their rush to honor a legacy. And Reed, once a rule-bound officer, stood taller now, hand over heart, watching the old soldier disappear down the jet bridge. Pierce turned once more, tipped his cap. And in that moment, Terminal C was not just a place of departure, but of remembrance. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a comma in the comments below.